Greetings, I'm John Setzler. Welcome back to Kamado Joe Cooking Channel. With the Christmas season coming in, I think this year we're going to do something should be really fun, and we're going to put together a really nice bone-in prime rib roast. So let's get started. Okay, first thing we're going to do is light up our charcoal. I've got a Kamado Joe fire starter cube right here in the middle of my charcoal, so we're going to light it up and let it burn here with the lid open for about 10 minutes. Okay, after my fire gets going, I'm going to set my divide and conquer flexible cooking system right on the fire ring, and I have my accessory rack in the lower position, and I've got both halves of my half moon heat deflector in the upper position, and we're going to set both halves of the grill grate right on top. Today for this cook, I want to bring the temperature of the Joe up to about somewhere between 450 and 500 degrees for the first part of this cook. So I'm going to leave my bottom vent fully open, and to start with, I'm going to close the slider all the way, and I'm going to leave the daisy wheel fully open and just let the grill stabilize at whatever it comes to here while we get our meat ready. And also I need to note that we're starting about an hour or so ahead of when I want to put this meat on the grill, because I want this ceramic to be fully saturated with heat. Okay, while our grill's warming up, we're going to make a seasoning glaze that's going to go on this rib roast. And I'm going to start out in my food processor here with one whole bottle, which is a 12-ounce bottle of stone ground mustard. We're going to follow that with 8 to 10 cloves of freshly peeled garlic. I've got one rather large sprig of fresh rosemary that I've pulled apart, and I've got several small sprigs of fresh thyme that we're going to dump in there right behind that. And then we're going to put in about, I'd say, a quarter of a cup of extra virgin olive oil. And then we're going to hit that in the food processor until it's smooth. Okay, we're just going to set that aside until we're ready to put it on the meat. On my recent trip to the Atlanta area, I was introduced to a company called Patton's Meat Market in Duluth, Georgia, and that's where we acquired this roast. This is almost 8 pounds. It's a rather large 3-bone prime rib roast. So my grill's still warming up. I've opened this guy up, I've rinsed it, and I've patted it dry. And we're gonna let it sit here on the counter for about 30 minutes before we go any further. Our grill's about up to temp, so I'm gonna start rubbing our paste that we made all over the meat. We're gonna cover the entire surface, top, bottom, and sides with this paste we made. And just use all of that paste, whatever you have left over after you get it smeared on, just put it all on the top of this meat. And we're going to transfer this roast to a roasting rack, and we're going to set it in a roasting pan. And
let's put that bad boy on the grill.
Our grill temp is just shy of 500 degrees here, so we are going to open the lid slowly. We're going to burp the grill and then raise it all the way up, and we're going to set our roasting pan with this roast right here in the middle of the grill. And I'm going to put a meat probe in here so we can keep up with what the temperature's doing. We're going to cook this to a medium rare, but we're going to pull it off when we get in the neighborhood of 120 degrees. So we are going to close the lid back, let the temperature come back and stabilize at 500 degrees, which will only take a couple of minutes, and then I'll be back here to show you what we're going to do next with the temperature. After just about 7 minutes or so with that meat on there, our grill's come back up to 500 degrees. So what we're going to do now is we're going to close the bottom vent all the way, and I'm going to open the top vent about halfway on the slider. What we're going to do here is let the grill cool down to between 300 and 325 degrees, and once our grill cools down to that level, we're going to adjust the vents and hold it at that temperature for the rest of the cook. So when we get back down to 325 range, I'll come back out and show you what we're going to do with the vents. We are 45 minutes in and my grill temperature's come back down to about 330. So I am going to crack the bottom vent back open just a little bit. Actually, we're just going to open it probably halfway. And back on the top vent, I'm going to slide the slider all the way closed and put my daisy wheel at about half. And we're just going to watch the temperature there. We want it to stabilize out here at about 325. So if I need to bring it up, I'm going to open this, or if I need to close it down, I'm going to close that vent. So we'll just watch it from here for a little while and stabilize out at 325 for the rest of this cook. We've been cooking now for about 2 hours and 40 minutes, and I've just checked the temperature on here, and we're at a pretty good 120 to 125 on the inside. So we're going to take this off. I'm going to take it inside, and we're going to loosely tint this with foil and let this rest for 20-25 minutes. Alrighty folks, I have sliced this guy up and it looks absolutely beautiful. I'm going to take a little piece out of the center of this. This is super tender, perfect medium rare cook. We're gonna have a bite. Outstanding. This is a beautiful roast. The seasonings, the crust is perfect. It's a perfect medium rare cook. It's time for dinner. Leave us a comment on the video. Let us know what you think. Join us on Facebook, facebook.com/KamadoJoe. Until next time, this is John Stetzler with the Kamado Joe Cooking Channel.